Feel that with God, He makes you do things the harder way or go the longer route. If that's you, I can tell you for a fact that you're probably in the right place. Welcome to the Black Man Black Health Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Cost, and today we're talking about what happens when God makes us go the longer way. I'm reminded of a story in Exodus where God tells Moses to go and deliver the children of Israel. And they've been slaves for years. So he's telling them, go deliver them. I'm going to bring them to the promised land. Sounds good. Now, to give you some context, the promised land from where they are at currently, where they would be at on this journey, would only be 11 days to get there. It took them 40 years, right? So I'm going to give you some context around that. 11 days versus 40 years. So Moses goes, he delivers them. I don't want to go through the full story because it would take forever, but they they encounter like some enemies, they encounter some plagues, and they encounter some things. But the reason why this journey was going to take them just even 11 days is because God told them, if I brought you the shorter way, I'm paraphrasing, if I brought you the shorter way, you would have saw like the giants and those type of enemies, and you would have retreated. How many times do we get mad at God for not letting us get things at the same speed or the right way as somebody else? And oftentimes we don't realize that He sometimes is doing that because there's something that we could see with that shortcut that could derail us, or something that we could encounter with the shortcut that would make us quit. I can tell you from experience, I've had to take tests over and over again. I failed at things over and over again. And then when I came to realize a lot of those things were, if I got it the normal way, if I got it the traditional way, A, pride could have crept in, or B, I could have just forfeited. Sometimes God is building your character on the path that you're going on. And sometimes He's taking things out of your character that could hinder you in the next season. With that whole story, it takes them 40 years, but it was supposed to take them 11 days. Now, they also prolonged the journey by murmuring, by complaining, and by wishing to go back to being slaves. Now, you would think, why would they want to go back to being slaves? It really just means they wanted to go back to a place of comfort, a place where they didn't have to think about anything. They just literally worked as slaves. They didn't have to think about, where am I getting water from? Do I need to be creative? Do I need to try something new? No, they woke up and their day was the same every day from sun up to sundown. But what if God is trying to bring you into something completely new? We get excited about that, but I also want you to get excited about the process of it. If God's bringing you to a new place, if He's bringing you into something new, He's usually going to require you to let something go. Their mentality could not last in this new place. He gave them time to change it, and a lot of them didn't change it. A few of them did change it. We get Joshua and Caleb. They changed their mindset. They saw what was going to be ahead of them, and they were like, hey, we can get it. We can conquer it. And they ended up going in a few others. But I want to encourage you, if you feel like God's taking you on the long route and you don't have this quick journey that everybody else has, maybe it's because God wants you to actually last in the new season and not forfeit as soon as you want to give up. Because when you go into new seasons, right, we usually say new levels, new devils. That's not a saying I want to say, but I will say when you go into new seasons and new levels, sometimes your confidence gets rattled because now you're not operating at the same place you were before. You're operating at a totally different place, and that's okay. So if God is taking you the long way, I want you to be encouraged that He knows what He's doing, and He's trying to do something in you to help you not just get there, but stay there once that door is open. Be good, guys. Be great. I'm out of here.